World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day. This is World News in 5 here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. Ukraine claimed credit on Tuesday for the assassination of a senior Russian general on a Moscow street with the remote detonation of a bomb hidden in a scooter outside his apartment building. Lieutenant General Igor Kirillov, the chief of the military's nuclear, biological, and chemical protection forces, was killed as he left for his office, as was Kirillov's assistant. Several countries, including Britain and Canada, had sanctioned Kirillov, 54, for his actions in Moscow's nearly 3-year war in Ukraine. On Monday, Ukraine's Security Service, or SBU, opened the criminal investigation against him, accusing him of directing the use of banned chemical weapons. An SBU official speaking on the condition of anonymity said the agency was behind the attack. The official described Kirillov as a war criminal and an entirely legitimate target. In other news overseas, U.S. President-elect Donald Trump contended that the country's military, for some reason, was keeping details secret about unexplained drones flying across the nighttime skies above the eastern United States, but the White House later minimized the drone sightings. For weeks now, residents in the state of New Jersey, which borders New York City and other states to the north and south along the Atlantic Ocean coastline, have reported seeing more than 5,000 supposed drones, a figure U.S. officials have concluded as wildly inflated. They say that most of the alleged unmanned drones are manned aircraft and that fewer than 100 of the sightings need to be investigated further. All matter of conspiracy theories has been offered for the unexplained sightings, including the dispatching of drones by foreign countries and the deployment of Iran-launched drones from a mothership position off U.S. eastern coastal waters. At the White House, National Security spokesperson John Kirby told reporters that their assessment at this stage is that the activity represents commercial, hobbyist, law enforcement drones, all operating legally and lawfully, and or civilian aviation aircraft. And news from the Philippine Foreign Service Post, Philippine Ambassador to the Republic of Korea, Teresa Dizon de Vega, was honored to form part of the Philippine delegation participating in the 5th session of the Intergovernmental Negotiating Committee, INC5, to develop an international legally binding instrument on plastic pollution, including in the marine environment, held in Busan, South Korea. Undersecretary for Planning, Policy, and International Affairs Jonas R. Leones of the Philippine Department of Environment and Natural Resources, or DENR, was head of the Philippine delegation. The Philippines is the only Southeast Asian nation to include a senior official from the Department of Health in its delegation, leading the charge for sustainable health care in the region. The INC5 was convened for states to agree upon an internationally binding agreement to reduce plastic pollution. It was estimated that 3,500 people attended, including government officials from 170 United Nations member states, 31 international organizations, industry, civic groups, and academia. During negotiations, the Philippines called for the need to build a pathway towards the global reduction in plastic production at sustainable levels, the need for binding rules on products, chemicals, and design that ensure a globally coordinated approach, and strong international cooperation tied to the means of implementation to close the gaps in financing, technical, technological, and other capacities in developing countries, particularly archipelagic states and other geographically disadvantaged states, among others. And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5 for Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.